Sorry for those who were on. As the puck comes out, sent out of the zone, that one's going to sneak by and head down to our end, and they'll get icing. Go back down to this end. As Roski faces off, puck comes out to Michaela. Michaela sends it back down into the zone. And now Thief will send it down. Picked up by Tiana. And now sent out to Akerson. Akerson from middle ice will send it out. As Barton checks on for the Stars. Thief River will bring it up. And they'll bring it across the blue line, met by Barton. Barton taps that one away. Puck comes back out to the middle. And the puck's going to be loose out into the middle of the ice. Picked up by Thief. As Greeley sends it down into the zone. Puck now behind the net as Soap has it. So if he centers it, almost had a good, nice centering pass there to Greeley as the puck sneaks by, as Adio is going to go back and pick it up at our end of the ice. Puck now at neutral ice. Comes over to Storm. Storm sends it down into the zone, and we'll get a whistle for icing, and we'll head back down into our zone. 15:06 remaining. Sorry for those who are joining us back again. I had some headset issues, so I had to restart. 0-0. Still the first period. As puck comes out, Rugemer taps it forward. Now sent over to Roski. Roski's going to send it down into the zone. Now behind the net, and we're going to get called for icing again. Sneak back down into this end. As Larson comes up to face off. Larson's got Michaela Adio, Wimmer, and Jansky on the ice. As Larson has it around the boards. She's going to turn, looking for options. Sends it along the boards over to Wimmer. Wimmer up to Jansky. Jansky has it at middle ice. She's going to bring it across. And she turns and sends it down deep. Picked up by Wimmer in the corner. Wimmer's looking for some options. Goes for a centering pass. Jansky steals it away. She's going to come up, takes a shot, and stopped by the goalie. 14:31 remaining in this first period of play. As Sophie sends it out to Storms, or Abby Storms, and she sends it back down. Sorry, I'm trying to watch and run the camera and talk at the same time. Puck comes out to Storm. Storm has it behind the net, sends it across over to Barton. Barton tries to get it out. Now over to Tiana. Tiana sends one down, has it tipped. Stopped by Thompson. Now they're going to battle it out along the boards. As the puck comes out, stopped there by Tiana. Tiana's got it, turns, uses the board, sends it out to neutral ice. Picked up by the Prowlers. Prowlers are going to turn, sends it down deep into their zone. 13:43 remaining in this first period of play. Puck comes out. They're able to keep it in their zone, but stolen away by Greeley. Greeley's going to turn, brings it across the blue line, turns, sends one down. Tipped off the glove of the goalie. As they bring it back out, Adio sends it over to Akerson. Akerson down into Roski. Roski back to Akerson. She's going to send one down just a bit outside. As the Prowlers send one down, that's going to be icing. And we'll head back down to this end. 13-12 remaining in the first period. Roski, Rugemer, Akerson, Kornick, and Adio on the ice for the Stars. As Thief comes out with it, they push it up. Adio tries to push it back, but Thief gets a stick on there and sends it back down into the zone. And here comes Roski. Roski across center ice, gets the puck snipped away from her there. As Kornick picks it up at neutral, or Wimmer, sorry, picks it up at neutral ice. Puck comes down, take a shot, stopped by Thompson, deflected into the boards, picked up by Thief into the corner. But Adio comes in and says, nope, give me that puck. And she's going to make a move, turns around, sends it back up along the boards. Now tipped in by Kornick. Kornick back tries to get it back over, has it stolen away. But then she finally gets it over to Wimmer. And now Adio gets it back, sends it back to Wimmer. Wimmer's going to turn, brings it up the ice, across neutral ice. She tries to get a shot deflected by Thief's skate. And the Prowlers are going to bring it up the ice. Sends one down, now stopped by Thompson and covered, and we get a whistle. 12:01 remaining in this first period of play. As Sophie has the face-off, puck comes back to Tiana. Tiana back over to Storms. Storms defends that one. As the puck's at neutral ice, she gets it back, trying to send it back down, but has two Prowlers on her. Now back over to Greeley. Greeley finally gets it down into the zone, but the Prowlers have it. No look pass there. Neutral ice. Now into the zone. Michaela on her. Now Soph comes out with it, tries to use the boards, but has it flecked away. Michaela gets the puck back, though, sends it over to Tiana. Tiana has it along the boards, sends it over to Soph. Soph sends it up ice, tries to get it to Addie, and she does. Addie turns, slaps one down deep, and we'll get a line change. As the Prowlers try and send one down quickly, and they're going to call icing. Looked like she was past the middle. What? Must not be. We'll take it. 10:58 remaining in this first period. Rugemer, Akerson, Roski on the ice along with Barton and Kornick. Roski has it behind the net, has it stolen away, and then picked off again by Akerson. Roski gets it back. She's going to turn, goes around the defender, tries to get a shot off, but Rugemer gets taken out. Puck comes back to Akerson. Akerson looking for options, sends it back to Roski. Roski back to Barton. Barton turns, sends one down. Oh, almost rebounded there by Rugemer. She was ready for it, but just couldn't get control. And we got a whistle. Oh, the net came off. Net popped off. Adio and Michaela check on along with Storms. Nope, he says, nope, you have to go back to the ice. Or back to the bench. So Rugemer, Akerson, and Roski on the ice. As the puck gets sent out to neutral ice. Adio gets it, turns, sends it to Michaela. Michaela turns, sends it down into the zone. Now we'll get a line change. As the puck comes out, Kornick getting a stick, or Kornick, Wimmer getting a stick on it, and they're going to call offsides. As Larson, Jansky, Wimmer, Adio, and Michaela are on the ice for the Stars. Thief brings the puck up, comes around, takes a shot, deflected off the stick of Michaela, goes into the boards, now rebounded by Thief. Puck's loose, sent out of there by Michaela towards the boards. That one's going to go off the side of the net as Michaela's going to pick it up along the boards. As it kind of sniped away, but she gets back to it. As now she's going to battle it out. Puck comes out to Jansky. Jansky's going to turn, sends it across the blue line, now into neutral ice. And she's going to chase for it. Here comes Thief up the ice. Thief has it behind the net. That goes pretty quick. Puck comes back out. Net by Jansky, plucks it away. Now comes up to Larson. Larson brings it across the line, turns, sends it down deep. As we'll get a line change quick. As Sophie and Storms, Tiana, Barton, and Greeley are on the ice now for the Stars with 8:53 remaining. Sophie Olsen will face off. Puck comes back to Storm. She takes a shot and covered by their goalie. It was a nice hard shot there by Storms. As Sophie Olsen faces off, Greeley gets in there and gets the puck off the face-off. They're going to have a slappy back and forth here a little bit. Now it's going to come back to Barton. Barton sends one down, deflected. Rebounded by Storm. Storm tries to get a centering pass, has it deflected. Now picked up by Sophie Olsen. Deflected by Greeley. Almost gets one snuffed there by the goalie. Kick save there. As the puck comes back to Barton. Barton steps up, takes a shot, and glove save by the goalie. 8:19 remaining in the first period of play. Pretty even keel here. 2 shots on goal for the Prowlers and 5 shots on goal for the Stars. Puck comes back to Akerson. She tries to get a shot deflected off of a Prowler's stick. Now sent up as Kornick gets it at neutral ice, turns and sends it back down into the zone. Prowlers will pick it up, trying to clear it out of the zone as Akerson was there to send it back. And they'll try again, gets it across. Now they're coming across the blue line into the zone, gets a shot stopped by Thompson. Thompson coming off a game against Warroad, having 52 or 53 shots on goal at her and only letting 3 by. Awesome job there by Lillian Thompson. As Roski has it, sends it across the boards, tries to get it over to Adio, but she found a slippery spot on the ice and went down. And Thief will send it back down into the zone. Addie turns, sends it back over to Kornick. As Akerson finds the puck and she's going to bring it up. Comes across, takes a shot right in the chest of the goalie from the blue line. That was a nice shot there by Akerson. Nice wrister. And we'll get a line change as Tiana, Michaela, Larson, Jansky, and Wimmer come on the ice for the Stars. 7:17 remaining in the first period. There's 2-day kind of tournament. Play tonight at 7, tomorrow at noon. As Larson tries to backhand one down. Puck comes out as Jansky gets in there, keeps it down there. Now Wimmer gets one in there. Prowlers trying to clear it out of the zone. As the puck tries to get it out of the zone, Prowlers still have it. Comes up, stolen away there by Wimmer. Wimmer tries to come through traffic, trying to keep it in the zone right in front of us here. Sorry, trying to keep the camera. Puck comes out to Jansky. Jansky brings it across into the blue line, loses it, and the Prowlers try and bring it up. Kornick getting in there and stopping it. Jansky sends it up. Now Sophie Olsen comes in. Head of steam, comes up, tries to take a shot, blocked, deflected. Puck's in front of the net yet. And there it is! Couple rebounds. And I believe Wimmer gets the rebound. And the goal for the Stars as Wimmer picks up her second goal of the year for the Stars. Roski to face off, sends it back to Barton. Barton's going to turn, uses the board, tries to get it across, but Prowlers were right there. As the puck comes back into Kornick, Kornick sends it up to Akerson. Akerson tries to push it up to Rugemer. Puck's now down in our zone, but the Prowlers take control. There's a good stop there by Akerson, getting her stick out, and Prowlers unable to get it out of the zone as they're down in front here. Puck sent across over to Akerson, brings it across the blue line, gets it over to Roski, who tries to get one through, but gets pinched. As the puck comes across, Akerson backhands one in. She's going to come off as Sophie Olsen checks on. Prowlers bring it up, turns, uses the board, sends it into the zone. Storms tries to get it back over to Olsen. And now she's going to turn and send it back over to Adio. And the Prowlers come in, they pinch her. Soph over to Addie. Addie to Michaela. Michaela has it in the back ice, getting some pressure. Now to Greeley. Greeley turns, sends it up to Storms. Storms turns, sends it across. Soph's going to get there. They wave off icing. Good hustle there by Sophie Olsen. And there's a shot across the bow. Barton's going to pick it up at neutral ice, and we're going to get some sort of penalty. What are we calling? Too many people on the ice? No? I don't know what that whistle was. Sorry. They're going back down to our end, so I don't know what. I'll have to maybe get some word from our reporter down by the ice. There's a shot deflected by Thompson into the boards. As the Prowlers turn, try to set something up. Another shot there, stopped by Thompson and covered. Well, we do have somebody in the. Akerson goes into the sin bin. I'm assuming we had too many players on the ice. Yep, too many people on the ice. All right. So we're on a penalty kill. Another shot there, stopped by Thompson. Puck comes out as Roski tries to push it out. That one's knocked out by Storms. Storms has some open ice. Back hands one into the zone. Nice job there. And Roski's getting in there with her stick and keeping it from going down the ice. But here comes the Prowlers. Up to middle ice. Now across. 3:35 remaining in this first period. 1:05 left in this penalty kill. As Point sends it, they're going to skate around the top of the ring here. Looking for options. Sends one across. Wow, that was actually a really nice play right there. If you didn't see it, she skated right down, sent one right across the bow, and sent one home. And we now have a 1-1 game. It's a nice looking power play right there, goal. As Sophie Olsen goes to face off, sends it back over to Storms. Storms along the boards. The Prowlers send it in, picked up by Barton. Barton has it along the back of our net. Now it comes out to Greeley. Greeley turns, tries to send it out of the zone. 3 minutes remaining in this first period. And as Greeley gets in there and stops it, but Prowlers send it back out to neutral ice. Picked up by Barton. She's going to turn, sends one down deep. We'll get a line change quick. As Rugermer checks on along with Akerson. And Tiana. Puck brought up by the Prowlers. Now into the zone. Akerson using the boards, goes around one player. She's going to push it forward, trying to get up there. Her and Rugermer are right there. Puck comes out. T turns, sends one down, deflected by the Prowlers. And now back out to neutral ice as Michaela tries to send one down. It's deflected and into the stands. There you get a souvenir. He must be a hometown person. He's got an Arctic Cat jacket on. Borowski to face off. Sent back to Michaela. Michaela turns, sends it up to the zone, I guess. Now picked up by the Prowlers. Michaela's going to turn, tries to send one down just a bit outside. Puck's going to come back to Roski. Roski back to Michaela. Michaela's going to turn, goes around one defender. Turns, sends it down deep into the zone. Rugermer's going to chase, but the Prowlers get there first. And they're going to turn and bring it up the ice. Plucked away as Rugermer sends it up to Roski. Roski tries to bring it across center ice, has it plucked away, but then the puck comes back. She's going to turn and get her line change here. As Soph comes back on along with Greeley. Who else is in there? Kornick. Adio. And Greeley. Kornick's going to race back for this one. Into the neutral zone. Picks it up to Storm. Storm tries to send it across, has it deflected. Now it's come back to Adio. 1 minute remaining in this period. As Storm tries to push it down ice, she gets it back, turns, sends one down, deflected by the Prowlers. Now they're going to bring it up the ice. We're stolen away there by Greeley. She's going to turn. 38 seconds remaining in this first period. Nice pass to Soph. Soph turns, sends one down just a bit outside as Barton races in to keep it in the zone. Prowler's going to bring it up. 21 seconds remaining in this first period. And here comes Greeley. Greeley's got a 1-on-2. And she has it plucked away. Puck sent up ice to Barton. 8 seconds remaining. Barton's going to turn, sends it up to Roski. And the Prowlers get it back and turn it. That's going to end this first period of play with a 1-1 score in the first period. Totally didn't make it on there. All right, we'll be back after these paid advertisement. Give you a little show of this arena. This is their high school arena. Can zoom in on. Very nice building. Holy cow. All old high school teams on the wall. I don't know why it gets fuzzy and then the vestibule here to come in. The old jumbotron, whatever you want to call that thing. All right, start this second period of playoff. Looks like Rusky, Tiana, Akerson, Rugemer, and Michaela on the ice for the Stars. Start this second period. Morosky to face off. As puck comes back to Tiana. Tiana sends it over to Akerson. Now to Roski, who's pinched along the boards. Akerson gets it and backhands it down into the zone. Puck goes in the corner. Brawler checked their own player into the board there. As Roski has it behind the net, uses the board, sends it up to Rugemer along the boards. Now it's going to come out. She loses it. There's a trip as Akerson goes down. Should get a whistle. And we do. Which will mean a River Lakes power play. Little M&M in the background. Storms is going to face off. Akerson and Roski and Michaela and Larson are on the ice. Puck comes back to Michaela. She gives it to Roski. Roski pushes it forward, stopped by the goalie. Come on, focus. I don't know why this thing wants to not focus all the time. Abby Storms will face off. Puck comes back to Michaela. Michaela turns, tries to get it up, has it deflected. And then here comes the Prowlers. They'll turn and send it down deep. Now over to Akerson. Akerson tries to send it across ice, has Prowler's stick, gets in the way. And they're going to turn and send it back down deep. Minute 24 remaining in this power play. As Roski's going to come out with it. Sends it across over to Michaela. Michaela across center ice, now into the zone. Turns, takes a shot, deflected off to the boards. Roski to Storms, who sends it behind the net. And the Prowlers send it back out to neutral ice. Larson picks it up, sends it up to the Adio. Now across over to Greeley. Greeley turns, looks for her options. That one's going to sneak out. We're going to have to reset. As Adio sends it across over to Greeley, loses it, and the Prowlers send it down. 33 seconds remaining. And that one by Adio sends it across, has it stolen away. But now picked up by Larson. Larson backhands it up to Greeley. Tries to push it forward, but unable to. And the puck's going to come back down to Larson. 12 seconds remaining in this penalty kill. Or this power play, I mean. Almost looks like a penalty kill. As Wimmer comes up, sends it over to Greeley. And the Prowlers will get it back. Prowlers bringing it up ice around Barton. Now into the zone. Goes for a centering pass, has it broken up, gets their own rebound. Turns, blocks by Greeley. Comes up, takes a shot. Up and over the top of Thompson. Now the puck's going to go back to Michaela. She's going to go around one defender. Nope, has it stolen away. Tries to get a shot. Michaela gets her body into it and stops it, though. Now the puck's going to get brought up to Wimmer, but stolen away again. Prowlers have come out with a little bit of a head of steam in this second period. We're having some issues trying to clear it out of the zone. Prowlers get it back again. Goes for a centering pass. That one was close. That one's going to sneak out of the zone. Barton almost gets in on that one. Now Michaela pinched along the back of the boards. As Roski comes in, plucks it out, but the Prowlers get it back right there again. They always have somebody ready for a shot in front of the net. As Jansky pushes that one out of the zone. Here comes Prowlers up as Sophie gets a stick on it. Deflects it into the boards. They try for another centering pass, but it's deflected. But the Prowlers are going to come back out with it. Looking for somebody out front again. Now Adio is going to pick it up along the boards. Trying to clear it out, but they get it right back. Come on, clear the zone, girls. 11:55 remaining in the second period. And the puck gets to neutral ice, and Prowlers get it back. Akerson clears it out to Storms, who has it tipped into the zone. Now Storms gets it back, backhands it down into the zone. Here comes the Prowlers bringing it up ice again. But the Stars push it back down there. Michaela getting in there, keeping it. Storms keeping it from going out of the zone. Now into the corner is Rugemer. Back over to Storms. Has Roski out front. Couldn't get there in time. And now it's pushed back out to neutral ice as Roski's going to hurry up and get to it. Backhands it over to Tiana. Tiana's going to push it up forward. And the Prowlers get it back. And Tiana gets it back, turns, sends it to Storms. Storms tips it into the zone. Roski able to keep that one from going out of the zone. But the Prowlers come in and steal it right back. 10:33 remaining in the second period. Puck comes back to Barton. Barton's trying to push it forward. That one's going to sneak out of the zone, and they'll have to reset as the Prowlers go to set something up here. Across the center ice. Now down into the zone. As Barton comes out with it. It was a shot just a bit outside. Stop from the blue line. Stopped by Thompson. And we get a whistle. As Larson will go to face off. Puck comes back to Adio. She's going to push it up. Now up to Larson. Knocks it down in the zone. They're going to call icing. .9:34 remaining. In the second period. Still knotted up at 1. Larson to face off. Puck comes to neutral ice. Now push back down into the zone. Larson pushing it forward to Michaela. She's going to send it back to Wimmer. And the puck comes back. Brawlers have it. They backhand one in front of Thompson. She stops it. Puck still loose. Larson gets it tipped, and that's going to end up going down into our zone. Now sent out to neutral ice. Barton, Roski, Tiana, Rugemer, and Akerson are on the ice as Barton brings it up, sends it over to Roski. She takes a shot deflected by the goalie. Into the corner is Akerson. Akerson turns, takes a shot, and covered by the goalie. 8:15 remaining. Adio checking on. Kornick checking on. As the Prowlers turn and bring it up the ice. Kornick turns, sends it back down. They wave off icing. Prowlers have it behind their net. Adio gets one, takes a shot on, blocked by their goalie. 7:54 remaining. As Prowlers get that face off. Greeley sends it back to Adio. Have to reset. As the Stars do, now they're going to turn and come back into their zone. Prowlers go to bring it up. Sophie steals it away, gets it over to Greeley. Greeley's going to come up, tries to get a shot, has it deflected. Puck goes into the boards. Soph gets it back now up to Greeley. Greeley goes for another one, but has it deflected. Adio retrieves it. Tries to center it, but the Prowlers are right there to get it back. They're going to turn and bring it up ice. Adio getting up there and getting a stick on it. Now over to Greeley. Greeley's going to bring it across neutral ice. Now into Storm. Storm brings it in across the blue line. Over to Sophie. She takes a shot. Glove saved by their goalie. $6:58 remaining in the second period. Prowlers send one into the boards. That one knocked out by the Prowlers. They're going to bring it down as Tiana's going to race down there for it. Puck now up to Wimmer, who pushes it out. Prowlers bring it back in. They go for that centering pass, but nobody is home. As Larson gets tripped into the boards, no call there. They're going to send it out of their zone. And it's going to go sneaking down to the far end. Puck comes in. Rudemer races in there. Gets a stick on puck there. And here comes the Prowlers into the zone. Goes for a centering pass, but deflected. Their point steps up off the skate of Larson. Now the puck gets sent up to Larson from center ice. She sends one down. The goalie's going to cover it up. And we'll get a whistle. Puck comes back out to center ice. Turns, takes a shot glove saved by Thompson. 5:25 remaining in the second period. Roski to face off. Puck comes back to a Prowler. She sends it across over to the point. Point tries to send one down. Has it deflected there by Akerson. Now Michaela comes out with it. Turns, sends it to Adio. Adio up to Rugemer. Rugemer crossed over to Roski. And the puck's loose into the corner. Akerson's going to pick it up. Oh, Prowlers come out with it. Now they got a 2-on-1. As Adio misses it. Comes up for a shot off the glove of Thompson. Deflected. Puck now at neutral ice. Akerson getting up there. Turns, tries to back in one in. Has it stolen away by the Prowlers. Now into the zone. Picked up by Rugemer. Rugemer sends it up ice. Prowlers get it back. As Michaela gets taken out there. It's the blue line. 4:11 remaining in the second period. Greeley trying to clear it out of the zone. Prowlers turn, send it back down. Sophie sends it up to Greeley. Prowlers get it back, trying for a centering pass. Right to Adio. Adio off the boards, trying to send it up ice. Now gets it over to Storms. Storm gets across center ice, turns, sends one down, and the goalie's going to cover it. 3:42 remaining. As Wimmer, Larson, Jansky, Barton, and Tiana are on the ice now for the Stars. And my camera was way off, sorry. Jansky has it at neutral ice. As it plucked away. There, Wimmer gets it. She's going to skate, sends it up ice. As Wimmer's able to keep it in, tries to go for a centering pass. Puck's loose. Now Larson gets it back, turns, sends it down deep. Wimmer to chase. Larson gets pushed and taken out. Puck's loose now behind the net. Stolen away by Kornick. Kornick's going to pinch, but the Prowler's got it back. Sent up ice. Now stolen away by Adio. She's going to turn, tries to get it to Kornick. That one's going to sneak down and will get called for icing. 2:35 remaining. In the second period. Roski and Kornick. Adio. Akerson and Rugemer on the ice. Puck's loose. Akerson has it along the boards. Brings it up ice. Uses the boards, goes around. Rugemer's going to chase forward into the boards, but Prowlers come out with it. Akerson getting it back, goes for a centering pass to Roski. She shakes a shot and stopped by their goalie. 2:14 remaining in the second period. Still knotted up at 1. Roski to face off. Puck's in feet. Puck comes back over behind the net. Now the Prowlers have it. They're going to bring it up ice. As Tiana gets in there and stops that one. Michaela fighting along the boards. Prowlers have it now. Tiana on him. Their point gets it, tries to send one down. Wing gets it. Thompson trying to cover it up. Looking for some options. Thompson lost her stick, but she gets it back. Tiana helped her get it. And Akerson backhands that one into the zone, and we'll get a line change quick. As Storms, Greeley, Soph, Barton, and Cornick check on. Storms along the boards. Their point sends one down as Barton tries to catch it. Greeley gets it over to Storms. Storms is going to bring it across. Comes up, takes a shot. Blocked by their goalie, rebounded by the Prowlers. And the Prowlers go to bring it up ice. Now to neutral. Tipped it off her skate, and we'll get icing. 38.8 remaining in the second period. Shots on goal for the Prowlers is 10. Shots on goal for River Lakes is 14. Sophie Olsen face off. Puck comes back. Storms gets up there. Trying to send one off, but the Prowlers get there. 31 seconds remaining. The puck's going to go down, and Barton's going to pick it up. She sends it across ice to Greeley. Now it's loose. Their point turn, sends one down, stopped by Thompson and covered. 18.2 seconds remaining. Akerson, Roski, and Rugemer. Adio and Michaela check on for the Stars. Roski to face off. Puck sent over to Michaela. She gets it to Adio. 15 seconds remaining. Puck goes back to Michaela. She has it along the boards. Turns, sends it across over to Rugemer. Just kind of floats slowly to him. Now the Prowlers have it pinched along the boards. 1 second. That's going to end this second period of play. Still knotted up at 1. We'll be back after these messages. Change it to the third period here. Get the third period. Hopefully it's ours. Tomorrow's game, I believe, is at noon. The only other two teams here are Crookston and Fort Francis's Muskies. So we'll play one of those two teams. As we go to face off.
We don't win?
They never announced it. All right. Brawlers have it in the zone. Comes down, picked up by Michaela. They're deflected, stopped by Thompson. Puck into the corner by Akerson. Puck comes back out to Rugemer. She's going to turn and burn. Gets it across neutral ice. Now into our zone. As the puck scoots past the front of the goalie. Picked up by Roski. Now to Rugemer. Roski back to Rugemer. Roski back to Rugemer. Now to Storms. Puck comes back to Kornick. She tries to send one down. Has it off the foot of a player. And now over to Barton. To Storms. Storms is looking for options. She's got it. Backhands one over to Soph. Soph gets tripped, but no call. And Brawlers get a shot. There's a stop on goal. Cousin Troy, is it noon or not? I don't know. Oh. $284 is the winner. As Addie tries to get it out of the zone, the Prowlers come back, get a shot, deflected off into the boards. And there's a stop there by Thompson. Face off by Sophie. Puck knocked back to Addie O. She sends it across over to Michaela. Now up to Greeley. Oh, to neutral ice. Brawlers turn and send one down deep. Addie O's there to pick it up. And she'll go down. Storms with it now. Gets it over to Michaela. Michaela up to Greeley. Greeley's going to turn. Sends it across neutral ice. Now into the zone. We'll get a line change as Barton, Jansky, Larson, Tiana, and Wimmer are on the ice now for the Stars. Barton's going to pick it up along the boards. Sent up ice. Brawlers turn, send one down, stopped by Tiana. Their point gets it back. There's a shot, another block by Tiana. As they got it behind the net, Larson pinches it up. And Thompson stops another one. 13 shots on goal for the Prowlers and 14 for River Lakes. 14:08 remaining in the game. As Roski sends it across over to Kornick. Prowlers get it back though, and they send it down deep. Addio's going to pick it up along the boards. Puck's going to sneak out as Rugemer tries to get there, but the Prowlers got it. She's going to skate over the top, takes a shot, buzzes past the side of the tower. Now picked up by Rugemer. Rugemer sends it across over to Akerson. Akerson's going to bring it into the zone. Tries to get it back over to Rugemer, just a little bit behind, but sends it down in there. Puck's going to come around to Adio. She's going to try backhanding one in. Roski's in the corner there trying to get it going. Puck back out to the blue line as Adio uses the board, sends it down deep. Roski's going to pick it up behind the net. Now out to Kornick. Kornick sends one down, tipped. As Roski's going to rebound it, sends it to Akerson. Now to Tiana. Tiana gets it back, sends one down. And the Prowlers turn and send one deep, and that's going to be icing on the Prowlers. Sophie, Greeley, Storms, Tiana, and Michaela are now on the ice for the Stars. Puck goes back to Storm. She tries to get a shot, has it deflected. Prowlers have it along the boards. As Sophie's getting in there, trying to keep it down there. Here comes the Prowlers. 1-on-2, stopped there by Michaela. Puck comes out, takes a shot, deflected by Storms. Now the Prowlers send it into the corner, but Michaela's right there to pick it up. She gets it up to Storms. Storm makes a move, tries to send it across the soul pass. It's stolen away. Now back to Storms, who sends it down deep. No whistle yet. Puck's loose. There's the whistle. Wimmer and Larson. Barton. Lensmeyer. And Kornick. Nice for the Stars. As Prowlers bring it up ice. Send it back down into the zone. Over to Barton. Barton turns, sends it up ice to Wimmer. Wimmer's going to bring it across. Dips it into the zone. Now into the corner. Inch behind the net as Lensmeyer is going to try bringing it out. Has it stolen away. And the Prowlers bring it up. Takes a shot, deflected. She found a slippery spot, went down. Puck still loose, a little slappy. And they steal it away and, oh, sorry. Sorry, I totally missed that one for you guys. Puck was loose. They come up and slapped her home. Akerson, Raski, Rugemer, Adio, and Michaela are on the ice now for the Stars. 11:03 remaining in the game. Now down by one score. Rugemer. Roski gets it back, tries to bring it into the zone. Roski has it now behind the net. Puck's loose yet. Akerson sends it down to Michaela. She takes a shot and stopped by their goalie. I seriously need a camera person. All right, Soph's going to face off. It's got Greeley and Storms, Michaela, and Adio on the ice with her as they wave off Sophie out of there. As Greeley turns, sends one down into the corner. Brawlers turn, send it out to neutral ice. That one's on end. Adio's right there to pick it up, though. Picked up by Greeley. Greeley has it along the boards. Michaela sends it across over to Storms. Storms turns, takes a shot just a bit outside. Rebounded by Soph. She tries to get a centering pass, but picked off by the Prowlers. And they'll bring it up ice with 9:50 remaining in the game. Barton getting a stick on it there. Puck comes across over to Michaela. She gets it. Uses the boards, gets it to Greeley. As Akerson will check on along with Tiana. That one's going to get sent down ice, and Thompson will stop it. Gives it off to Tiana. Tiana sends it across over to Barton. Barton across ice to Rugemer. Rugemer's going to try getting it into the zone, but the Prowlers are right there. Barton sneaks across with it, and they're going to call us for offsides. 9:15 remaining. As Akerson turns and sends it up ice. Rugemer pinched along the boards. Akerson getting in there. Comes out with it. But the Prowlers poke it away. And they knock it out of the zone. Puck's at neutral ice. Now back to Akerson. And the Prowlers pluck that one away back towards neutral ice again. And here they come up the ice. Now across the blue line. Comes up for a shot. Stopped by Thompson. Deflected into the boards. As the puck's going to get sent down, Roski's going to chase. Rugemer gets it, takes a shot, deflected by their goalie. Rebounded by the Prowlers. And here they come up the ice. 8:22 remaining. Shot stopped by Thompson and covered. Larson to face off. As they send a Prowler out this time. Larson to face off. Larson to get the puck back. Backhands one over to Wimmer. Wimmer tries to send it up to Lensmeyer off of her stick, and the Prowlers will get it back. As Tiana sends it down deep into the zone. 7:50 remaining in the game. Stars still down by one. Wimmer with it, sends it out to Michaela. Michaela sends one down, and that one's going to get sent out of the zone. Tiana's a chase. Tiana turns, sends it back to Larson. Puck's now loose at neutral ice. Wimmer's going to try battling for it. And here comes the Prowlers. Shot blocked, stopped, covered by Thompson. 7:08 remaining. Puck comes out there, stopped by Thompson. Barton's going to come out with it. Sent it across ice. That one's going to go up and out of play. Another souvenir. Run and chase for it. Well, everyone's just going to leave it late. Sophie Olsen to face off. Kornick, Greeley, Barton, Storms on the ice with it. Barton has it, sends it up ice. Brawlers get it back. Now to Kornick. Kornick sends it up to Storms. Storms has it at middle ice. Now sends it into the zone. Picked up by Thief River. They're going to send it across. 6:29 remaining. And here they come again. Shot stopped by Thompson. Nice job, Lillian, stopping that one from happening. So we got Roski, and we got Michaela. We got Akerson and Rugemer. As the Prowlers try and keep it in there, they're going to get called though for offsides. Roski to face off. Prowlers trying to come out with it. Rugemer to chase. Brawlers turn, send one down, and they're going to get called for icing. Dread like them for the man. Roski to face off again. Let's get a goal, girls. Come on. Puck comes around to Adio. She's turned, sends it to Rugemer. Rugemer sends it into the corner. Brawlers come out with it. They stop. Pass. Sends it up to neutral ice. Now Adio gets in there, picked up by Akerson. Let the Prowlers grab it back. And that one gets tapped back out. Along the net as Roski grabs that one. Brings it out to neutral ice, sends it to Akerson. Akerson tries to send it across ice. And the Prowlers get it back. Akerson gets in there and steals it away. Shot, glove save, whistle. 5:13 remaining. Larson to face off. And here comes the Prowlers up ice. Goes around like three of us. Puck out in center of the ice. Now Tiana has it behind the boards. She's going to turn, looking for her options. Pushes it up ice. Brings it across. Has it plucked away, but Barton's right there to send it back. That one's going to get pushed down into the corner as Larson's going to come out with it. Sends it over to Wimmer. Now Larson gets it back. Over to Barton. Now across over to Wimmer. Wimmer tipped it. Now into the zone. And here comes Thief with the head of steam. Soph getting in there. Nice job, Sophie. Tipped that one away, though the puck's going to come back to neutral ice. Stolen away there. Here comes Storm. She gets it. Shot. Tipped off the goalie. 3:58 remaining. as the Prowlers bring it up the ice. Across the blue line. Takes a shot up and over the top of Thompson and onto the zone. Back out to neutral ice. Prowlers send it across. Backhanded into the zone, picked up by Kornick. Now Greeley. Puck bounces like a ball up to the net. Now out to neutral ice. 3:21 remaining as Adio sends it to neutral ice. And the Prowlers send it back down. Here they come back into the zone. Comes across, shot, stopped by Thompson and covered. 3:09 remaining. As Rugemer, Akerson, Tiana, Michaela, and Roski check on for the Stars. Face off by Roski. Goes to the Prowlers. They try and send one down. Tipped. Now into the corner. Picked up by Roski. Trying to clear it out of the zone. Puck goes to Rugemer. Now to Akerson. And back down into Prowler territory. She's going to skate up. Takes a shot. Glove saved by Thompson. Woo! 2:44 remaining, and we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Murad. Oh, excuse me. .244 remaining. .20 shots on goal for the Prowlers, 18 for River Lakes. All right, girls. Let's tie this up. 2:44 remaining. As Storms, Michaela, Barton, Sophie, and Roski are on the ice for the Stars. Puck goes over to Michaela. Michaela along the board sends it across over to Storms. Storms has it, sends it across, tries to get it to Roski. That one's going to go all the way down into their goalie. And we get a whistle with 2:32 remaining. It would be nice if that one just kind of snuck underneath the mat. As we pull our goalie, as Thompson comes off, and we get an extra skater as Akerson checks on for the Stars. We got an empty net. 2:29 remaining. As Prowlers send one down, that's going to end up in the corner, and they'll get called for icing. Sophie to face off. As Storms, Michaela, Roski, Barton, and Akerson on the ice. One extra skater, no goalie. And they call Sophie off. Roski's going to come in. Puck comes back to Storms. Storms has it. Turns it back to Michaela. Michaela turns, sends one down, almost deflected by Roski. Puck's going to come back out, sent down into the corner. 2:11 remaining. As the puck's pinched, Sof's got it, turns, sends it to Barton. Barton tips it off of her stick and misses it. It's a race for the puck as Michaela goes down, and we're going to have an open netter by the Prowlers, and we're going to go to a 3-1. 1:58 remaining. As Thompson will go back in the net. Rugermer, Roski, Tiana, Bakerson, and Adio on the ice now for the Stars. That one's going to get sent down, stopped by Thompson, sent into the boards, picked up by Adio. 1:29 remaining. The Prowlers have it behind the net. She loses it. That's going to be off. And here comes Roski. She's going to pick it up. She's got Akerson off to her left. She's going to backhand one down, and the goalie's going to cover, and we get a whistle. 1:14 remaining. And Lillian's going to come back off again. We'll get one extra skater. Roski, Sophie, Michaela, Barton, Storms, Freely are on the ice. Puck comes up and covered, and we get a whistle. There was no whistle. Don't be telling Roski she can't go after it when there's no whistle yet. Roski to face off. Or no, Soph to face off. Sends it back. Shot. Deflected. Into the boards. Another centering pass comes over here to Michaela, but the Prowlers have it. They're going to bring it up. They got a 2-on-1 with Barton. Barton stops it. Puck into the boards. Now loose. We still have an empty netter. That one off the side of the pipe. 49 seconds remaining. As Barton turns, sends it up to Soph. Soph sends it back. And Barton's going to sneak back and pick up the puck. Sends it across over to Michaela. Michaela sends it up to Roski. Roski tries to push it up. Has a Prowler right there to stop it. And the puck's back out and into Roski, but she gets it stolen away. And here comes the Prowlers with 23 seconds remaining. Tiana comes in, sends it back out to neutral ice. 16 seconds remaining. Tiana sends it back. Now puck into the corner as Akerson races over for it. 6 seconds remaining. And that'll end the game. As River Lakes take a 3-1 loss over the Prowlers. We'll be back tomorrow at noon to play another team, either the Crookston Pirates or the Fort Francis Muskies.